Hello students, welcome back. This is Mrs. Mercado speaking. This is Accounting 2401, Principles of Financial Accounting. Now this lecture is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to take too much of your time. This week we are not covering any content. During week number 5, we have 2 major assignments that are going to be due, and that is what I'm basically going to go over. That way you know what is expected of you. And you ensure that you meet the designated deadlines. Okay, so this is just going to be a quick overview of what this week number 5 holds for us. Let me go ahead and jump into the due dates. We have 2 major assignments during week number 5. We have our test number 1 that covers chapters 1 through 4. Now chapters 1 through 4 covered the entire accounting cycle. The test is going to be available Monday, September the 21st. Starting at 8 in the morning, and it's going to run all the way through Wednesday, September the 23rd at 11 p.m. So you have 3 full days to complete your test. Please mark your calendars. I will not be granting any extensions because you forgot that you had a test due. Okay, it's clearly outlined in your syllabus. It's clearly outlined in Blackboard, and now I'm doing this lecture video that I'm also telling you the assignment due date. So there is no reason for you not to know that your test is due. A review was provided during week number 4. That way you know exactly what's going to be on your test. Please focus on those problems. And let me see if I can go in there and see your week number 4. Let me see. I guess I don't have a window open. Let me open one real quick. That way I can show you the review that was posted on week number 4. Please focus on those specific problems, okay? Let me just wait for this to load. Okay, so I tell you exactly what problems are going to be on your test. All of those problems that are going to be on your test have been covered in your homework. Okay, so you can go back to your homework and you can go back and review those specific problems outlined for each of the designated chapters. Okay, so I am not playing a guessing game here with you. Everything that will be on your test has been covered in your homework. Please go back and listen to those lecture videos that I posted on Blackboard. I go over a lot of those problems that you're going to have on your test on those videos. So I would highly recommend that you go back and review those videos, that you review each of the problems. That way you know exactly what's going to be on your test. Okay, so this is a review that was posted on week number 4. Okay, so you're going to have 4 workout problems. Okay, 1 from each chapter. Okay, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Each of the problems, each of those 4 workout problems are going to be 25 points. Now, the problem number 1 deals with the financial statements. Okay, you're going to prepare an income statement, a retained earnings statement, a balance sheet, and a statement of cash flows. The problem from chapter 2 covers journalizing transactions in a journal. Problem from chapter 3 is going to deal with journalizing adjusting entries. And problem from chapter 4 is going to once again deal with financial statements and closing entries. So you're going to prepare income statement, retained earnings statement, and balance sheet, as well as journalize the closing entries. Okay, so in these 4 problems, you're going to have 100 points. And you're also going to have 25 multiple choice fill in the blank questions worth 2 points. It is critical that you review the quizzes that you took and that you have read each of the chapters. Okay, so you're going to have 100 points from the workout problems, 50 points from the multiple choice. Your total points for your test is 150 points. Okay, you do have 2 tries to complete your test. I will keep the highest grade earned. Okay, if you do not score a 70% on your first try on your test, please use the second attempt to try to improve your score. Okay. The second attempt is provided either whether you have any technical difficulties, or if you did not do very well on the first try, you know what to expect and you can try it a second time. Each of the attempts will be a different test, but it gives you an opportunity to improve overall. You have nothing to lose but a lot to gain. If you do worst, I'll keep the highest grade. Okay, but if you do better, you have the potential of earning more points. Okay, so your test is going to be only available Monday through Wednesday. Okay, by Wednesday it is due at 11 p.m. So organize your week. Make sure you're able to have enough time to take the test using 2 attempts. Okay, Of course, if you take the test and you get a 90 and 95, then you're good with that, okay? But if you take the first attempt and you get a 50, you want to make sure that you at least reach that 70% mark. Now, the test number 1 is worth 150 points, okay? That is 15% of your overall grade, okay? That's a major assignment right there, okay? The second thing you're going to be completing this week in the later part of the week is your comprehensive accounting cycle problem. Okay, the comprehensive accounting cycle problem is going to be available all week. You have from Monday through Sunday to complete it. Okay, my recommendation from a student's perspective is I tackle the test first, get it over and done, and then I start working with my comprehensive accounting cycle problem, in which I'm going to have till Sunday to complete. Okay, I've had students focus so much on the comprehensive accounting cycle at the beginning of the week, they don't study, they don't prepare for the test, and they don't do well, or they miss the deadline. So focus on the assignments that are due first. The first assignment that must be completed is your test. Once you're done with your test, you move on to completing the comprehensive accounting cycle problem. Now the test is timed. You have 180 minutes, which is about 3 hours, to complete each of the attempts. Okay, so the test, once you start it, you must finish it. Okay, make sure that you do not leave your computer unattended because it will log you out if it's you're not doing anything. Okay, so the test is timed. You have 180 minutes. The comprehensive accounting cycle problem is not timed. It's a very long problem. Expect to spend between 4 to 8 hours to complete it. I've had students spend 12 hours, 15 hours, depending on how familiar you are with the content, okay? So anticipate putting a lot of effort into that comprehensive accounting cycle problem. It is worth 100 points. That is 10% of your overall grade, okay? So the comprehensive accounting cycle problem is due on Sunday. You have all week to work on that problem. You can save your work and resume at a later point in time, okay? Let me go... let me see. Okay, so the accounting cycle problem is going to look something similar to this. You are given instructions. You're given a whole bunch of transactions that need to be recorded. And then you're basically being asked to complete all of these requirements up here. Okay, you're going to be, this is basically the information that's given to you. And then you're going to have to journalize, post to your ledger, prepare an unadjusted trial balance, prepare an adjusted trial balance, an income statement, a statement about stockholders' equity, a balance sheet, and a post-closing trial balance. So you're doing everything, the accounting cycle from beginning to end, okay? So each student will have a different problem. It's the same problem, it's just algorithmic. Every student will have a different version of it. And then these are all of the requirements. You have 10 requirements, okay? So make sure that you schedule time. This is not something you're going to do in 10 minutes, okay? It's going to take you hours to complete, okay? You're going to have to enter all of the information, whether it be in the journal, you're going to be the ledger. You're going to have to complete the ledger information, okay? Now, depending on how you are with technology, you have all of your ledgers here. You're going to have to complete. Upload all of the information, transfer the information from your journal to your ledger, okay? And then once you're done with your ledgers, you're going to create an adjusted trial balance, okay? And then you're going to have to prepare an adjusted trial balance, okay? And then so on and so forth, okay? So you get my jinx. Every tab is going to have to be completed. Now I give you 10 check my works. Okay, so you have 10 attempts. Make sure that you don't fill in one line item and check your work. No, try to get as much of it done and then check your work and then go back and see what you did right, what you did wrong. Make corrections to everything. Check your work again, okay? Don't be using up all your check your works at the beginning. I would rather go through the whole problem, figure it out, then check your work and then see if you got it right or not, okay? So this is what the problem looks like. And then down here you have the option to save and exit or to submit assignment for grading. You submit the assignment for grading only when it's done. Okay, if you started it, let's say you worked on your journal today and you want to save it, you're going to do save and exit. Okay, next time that you come back, the journal will be saved and then you can work on your ledger. Okay, so just take it a day at a time, or say, okay, I'm going to dedicate 2 hours of my day today to work on this problem and let's see how far I go. Okay, But the problem is available in Cengage. You have 2 tries as well on the comprehensive accounting cycle problem, and I keep the highest grade earned. Okay, so the comprehensive cycle problem is 100 points. That is worth 10% of your overall grade. So the 2 assignments that need to be completed during week 5 are worth 25% of your overall grade. Okay, pretty big weight. Okay, this week 5 you have 2 big assignments. Please, please, please focus. If you have any questions, now during the test window, during Monday through Wednesday, I will not be answering any content related problems. Okay, if you don't know how to solve the problem, I can't help you at this point. You should have asked me when you were completing chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, or chapter 4. Okay, that's the time that you had to ask me questions about the content. Once the test becomes available, I will not answer any questions related to the test. Okay, so that's what's going to be completed. Now, this particular test and assignment that we're completing entails completing an accounting cycle. Okay, so the accounting cycle was covered in chapter 4, and it's the accounting process from beginning to end, which begins with analyzing and journalizing transactions and ends with the post-closing trial balance. Okay, and then the textbook goes on and gives us the 10 accounting cycle steps. Step number 1, transactions are analyzed and recorded in the journal. Okay, step number 2, transactions are posted to the ledger. Step number 3, an unadjusted trial balance is prepared. Okay, step 4, adjustment data is assembled and analyzed. Step 5, an optional end of period spreadsheet is prepared. Step 6, adjusting entries are journalized and posted to the ledger. Step 7, an unadjusted trial balance is prepared. Step 8, financial statements are prepared. Step 9, closing entries are journalized and posted to the ledger. And then finally, step 10 is a post-closing trial balance is prepared. Now, here we have an illustration of the accounting cycle by chapter, what was covered in each of the chapter. So in chapter 1, we covered transactions and the accounting system, which deals basically with, they introduced the accounting equation, which is assets equals liabilities plus equity. During chapter 2, we learned the rules of debits and credits. Very important. This is the template or the map that I told you that we needed to learn by heart in accounting. I don't ask my students to memorize a lot of things, but this is one thing that you need to know. Okay, so chapter 2 covered the rules of debits and credits, and then chapter 3 dealt with adjusting entries. Okay, we had to record end of period adjustments. And then chapter 4 covered the financial statements and then the closing entries. Okay, and then finally how to prepare a post-closing trial balance. Okay, so it basically breaks down the information of what was covered in each of the chapters. Please go back and review chapters 1 through 4. Please go back and review your specific problems outlined in your test number 1 review. Go back into each of the homeworks and review those specific problems only. Make sure that you know where each of those numbers is coming from and that you understand how to complete each of the problems before you start your test attempt. Okay, because the test attempt is timed. You want to make sure that by the time that you sit down, you have everything ready. You've gone through all of the stuff. You are prepared to take the test. Okay, so that is basically what's going to go down during this particular week. Due dates, I forgot to mention here. Let me put a little note. On Friday, September the 25th, okay, the college will be closed for college-wide organizational development day. Now, what does this mean? This means that on Friday, September the 25th, I will not be available. Okay, I will not be having office hours. I will not be available if you send me a message. More than likely, I will not answer until very late. Okay, I will be busy that day with professional development webinars, meetings, stuff like that. Okay, so on Friday, anytime that we have a college holiday or in this case, we have the college will be closed for a specific activity dealing with college activities, I will not be available. Okay, so if you have any questions, please contact me this week, week number 5, Monday through Thursday. Okay, Friday I will not be available. I will before the end of the day, before I get around. My meetings are scheduled to finish at around 4 p.m. that day. So from 4 to 5, I'll be checking my Blackboard messages, my emails, my text messages, anything of that nature, any communication streams that I have. In case the students, message me or ask me a question, I will try to give them an answer by 5. That way, the weekend, you get to have an answer to the questions that you have or provided during the week, and I was able to give you an answer, and then we can move on with the weekend. Okay, so just remember that during week number 5, Friday, the college will be closed. If you're planning on going to any of our campuses, they will be closed because it's a college-wide event where all faculty and staff will be in professional development activities. Okay, so that is basically all of the announcements that I have for week number 5. I want to wish you all the best of luck on both your test and your comprehensive accounting cycle problem. Please organize your time. Please get all of these assignments done. Make sure that you keep your days organized to ensure that you are able to complete all of your assignments within the predetermined time frames. Okay, so that is basically it for my week number 5 lecture. Stay safe, and until next time.